El Cucuy. El Cucuy is a scary Mexican urban legend about a creature who kidnaps children who don't behave themselves. He is the Mexican boogeyman. According to Mexican folklore, El Cucuy is a small, hideous, hairy creature with glowing red eyes. He has big ears like a bat and a mouth full of razor-sharp teeth like a barracuda. The legend has been passed down over the years by word of mouth, from mother to child. Mexican parents often warn their children, behave yourself or El Cucuy will come and take you away. When night falls, El Cucuy comes. He hides in your closet or under your bed. He can take the shape of any dark shadow. He watches you silently and waits for his moment to pounce, and will take you away to his lair deep in the mountains and devour you. This excerpt is from scaryforkids.com. I grew up in a small town in Mexico. My mother used to tell me ghost stories when I was a child, but none of them scared me as much as El Cucuy. One day I was angry, and I cursed at my mother. She got very quiet, and she looked at me with fury burning in her eyes. Slowly and calmly, she said, El Cucuy is going to scratch your feet tonight. Something about the way she said it really scared me. That night I went to bed, and it took me nearly 2 hours to fall asleep. The next morning when I woke up, I got out of bed and noticed that my feet were sore. I looked down and saw that both of my feet had long red scratches on them. It truly terrified me because I didn't know if El Cucuy was real or if my mother was so crazy that she scratched up my feet while I was asleep to teach me a lesson. The Lechuza. The Lechuza is a scary legend or myth about an old woman who can turn into a giant black bird. Lechuza means owl in English. This story is also known as La Muja Lechuza, which means the owl witch. According to Mexican folklore, a Lechuza is an old witch or bruja who can turn herself into a monstrous black bird. They will prey on people who they think have done them wrong, or they will steal children to use in their occult rituals. Some say that the Lechuza has sold her soul to the devil in order to gain her powers. Usually, the Lechuza will appear as a large bird, the size of a human being. It can also appear as a creature with the body of a bird, but the head of a hideous old woman. They usually only come out at dusk or after nightfall. Many people in Mexico have spotted Lechuzas flying high over the tops of houses, or have seen it outlined against the moon at night. If the Lechuza fixates on you, it will sit outside your door at night, making crying sounds like a baby. If you go outside to investigate, it will swoop down on you and carry you away. If you find unexplained scratches on your door or windowsill, it could mean a Lechuza has visited your house during the night. This is another excerpt from scaryforkids.com. When I was a child, my family lived in a little town near the mountains in Mexico. I remember my mom telling me about an old lady that lived nearby. She was 60 or 70 years old, and my mom said she was suspected of being a witch and could turn into a Lechuza apparently. The old woman had done some witchcraft brujeria on my grandma. My grandmother's hair and eyebrows were gone. Some people in the town wanted to hurt the Lechuza to see if it was really this old lady. One night, when they saw the giant black bird, they took out their guns and started shooting at it. One of them shot it in the leg. They waited and waited, but for days the old lady never left her house. When she eventually came out, she couldn't walk and she was hobbling around on a cane. My family's from Mexico. My older sister claims she saw a Lechuza a few years ago when she went back to visit. They were swimming at a local pond and they saw an enormous black bird watching them from afar. They started getting freaked out and decided to go home. The Lechuza followed them all the way home while they were driving and stayed outside their house until dawn. My uncles claimed they shot a Lechuza, and the next morning they found an old lady lying there dead from gunshot wounds. So either Lechuzas are real or my uncles are murderers. Chupacabra. The Chupacabra, or goat sucker, is a scary monster that is believed to drain the blood of its victims. There have been sightings of this creature in Puerto Rico, Nicaragua, and Chile, and Mexico. Locals call it El Chupacabras. It has terrorized farms and is responsible for animal mutilations, killing livestock like goats, cattle, and horses. According to those who have seen it, the Chupacabra has two small arms with a three-fingered clawed hand, two strong, almost reptilian hind legs, again with three claws and spinal quills down its back, which it uses to fly. This appears to enable it to run quickly and leap over trees. Its head is oval in shape and has an elongated jaw. It appears to have strong, coarse hair all over its body. The Chupacabra is like some kind of vampire that preys on animals. Farmers have found their animals lying dead on the ground with puncture wounds in their neck and all the blood drained from their bodies. Sightings of Chupacabra continue to be reported in various parts of Puerto Rico and Texas. It has allegedly killed 11 goats in the town of San German, and on one occasion a group of townspeople said they chased the creature away as it was attempting to kill 3 roosters. In Guanaca, a 44-year-old man was grabbed from behind by an unidentified creature. He managed to fight the creature off and later received treatment for scratches and cuts on his body. No pictures or videos have been captured of El Chupacabras yet, yet, but some people have seen it in daylight. When villagers in Campo Rico spotted the creature, they chased it into the woods. The mayor got together an army of volunteers to hunt for it. They were armed with rifles and had a caged goat to use as bait. However, they failed to catch a legendary goat sucker. Farmers in Calama, Chile awoke to find their goats and sheep dead in their pens. Calama officials quickly called in the National Guard. Hundreds of armed soldiers undertook a massive search of the area, hunting the Chupacabra. Night patrols, however, found nothing. The Chupacabra is still at large. Since then, the Chupacabra has been blamed in the deaths of over 2,000 animals, ranging from other livestock to household pets. There have been sightings of the beast in several American cities, including Miami, New York, San Antonio, Cambridge, and San Francisco. If you've enjoyed this video, please subscribe. We will greatly appreciate it. Thank you.